Hello, guys. Bob here for TNL Network. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live, the show that started it all. On TNL tonight, we welcome another returning featured guest. Well, actually, four of them. In our conversation this week with the first couple, I coined them as the Peep Hole Mafia because the first time on the show, their camera malfunctioned, and the whole show, they looked like they were looking through a door peephole. The second couple, well, she is notoriously known for not liking cheaters, and needless to say, his response is always, "Yes, dear. I understand, dear. You're right, dear." Well, we'll explain all this and more on tonight's show. This segment of tonight's show is brought to you by North Pole Cornerstones, a new, unique, and entertaining 4-day educational experience. You're watching Tuesday Night Live. Everyone, please give a kind word or two in the chat for my fun and crazy co-host, who, by the way, joined the Peep Hole Mafia just today. And be sure to say hello to our gifted producer, Angela Mack and Spangle the Clown.
Hello, everybody. When I turned on my computer today, it said I was in the Randy Neely mode, and we are technically trying to figure this out. I got the IT company on hold, and we're going to see if we can figure this out. But in the meantime, I can see you in there, so I know you're there. And I'm over here, guys. I see you somewhere. Okay, we'll see you in a minute.
Oh my goodness. Now, if you're watching and you happen to catch the show with Randy and Debbie Neely last time when their camera looked just like that, they were peeping through a hole the whole show, but they were troopers. They did not give up. They hung out through the whole show and they answered everyone's questions. So if you happen to watch this show, put it over in the chat. Let them know that you watched that. Hey, they got a new camera and they're all fixed tonight. So,
I
all right.
see ya. I see you guys.
Absolutely. So the first night. Okay, let's start that over. The first half of tonight's TNL trivia is brought to you by School of Santa's 2026, where fun and education meet. All right. Before we get started here, it's up on the screen. You can look at it real quick, but we do want to remind everyone that you can experience us on your bigger screen where the experience comes alive over on YouTube at YouTube at the Tuesday Night Live Show 1225. Hey, go over, give us a like, a comment, tell us what you think you like, what you don't like, what you want to see more of, and give us a subscription if you have not done that. It will help us out tremendously, and we appreciate everyone very much. All right, Spangle, are you ready, people?
All right, yeah, we're ready here. I think we're ready here. Now, listen, guys. I'm gonna have a hard time reading your answers and stuff, so make them big and bold tonight. Who was one of the earliest and most influential manufacturers to commercially produce the modern Santa Claus suit in 1920? So we have A. Haddon Sunborn Studios, Halco H.A. Lozier Company, C. Montgomery Ward Department Store, and D. the North Pole Tailors Guild. Now remember, your questions, your answers are going to go in for a drawing for the School of Santas and for North Pole Cornerstones. So okay, now we have a bonus thing. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. You're still there. Okay, good. What material were early commercial produce Santa suits mostly commonly made from? Velvet and ermine fur, polyester fleece and polar bear, silk and rabbit fur trim, wool flannel with cotton trim. Boy,
Yeah,
that's a whole bunch of stuff there.
that's a bunch of stuff to chew
All right,
on for sure.
now, can I read something?
Sure.
Because it is funny that you came up with this trivia today. Because I was playing around with AI
Hmm.
and I came up with this prayer, okay?
Okay.
And it says, Heavenly Father, as I look upon my Santa attire, may every piece point my heart back to the true wonder of your son's birth. My red suit, may the deep red remind me of the precious blood Christ shed for us. My white fur trim, may it represent his forgiveness, holiness, and spotless grace. My golden belt buckle, may it remind me to be anchored in your truth and your eternal promises. My black boots, may they symbolize my readiness to share the good news of peace and goodwill wherever you lead me. My white gloves, may they inspire me to serve others with pure motives and selfless love. My spectacles, may they remind me to see the world through the eyes of Christ, noticing the overlooked, the lonely, and those in need. My toy sack, may it remind me of the burdens Jesus carried for us and the greatest gift of all, the free gift of salvation. Lord, let all these that I do as Santa reflect your love, joy, and hope. May I never forget the true miracle of Christmas is not found beneath the tree, but in the Savior who came to redeem the world. In your joyous name. That was kind
Amen.
of cool because you just had that about Santa suits.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That
so
that just
yeah,
kind of really worked out good, didn't it?
yeah, yeah. Work now. That's a little bit about your Santa suit here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, my IT guy said, hold on. He said he's got it fixed here. I think he's got it fixed. Okay, I think we got it fixed. Oh, there we go. Okay, good, good.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, you better give Randy and Debbie the information for the IT guy just in case they have trouble again.
Boy, you ain't kidding, are you? Okay, good. Anyways, let's get.
Well, we got a
Did I read the bonus? No, I didn't read the bonus.
yeah, you did.
I did. Oh
Yep,
yes,
you
I
got it.
did.
You got it all. Well, what we haven't done yet though is played Sam's commercial. So let's do that real quick.
Okay.
Since 1948, one suit defined Santa. Designed by Charles W. Howard and worn by the world famous Santa Claus School. Worn for presidents, movies, parades, and the most magical moments in families' lives. This is not a costume, but finely tailored, hand-sewn clothing made in the USA. With expert cleaning, restoration, and storage services available, Santa and Company LLC makes Santa magical.
So now that we're kind of doing everything out of order, let's go ahead and remind folks that you can win and get your name on the spinning wheel for the scholarship as many times as you can win. There's no limits.
As many times as you can win.
Hmm. Many times as you can
Wow.
win. That's
Now
what the
you,
fan.
now you did tell AJ though on his you greased the back of his nameplates that way they slide off.
Well, you're not supposed to share that with him.
Oh, whoops, whoops.
AJ don't pay no attention to Spangle. He's just a clown.
All right, tonight on Tuesday Night Live, we are celebrating something truly special. The magic that happens when Santa and Mrs. Claus just don't work together, but live the Christmas spirit as a team. We're joined by two wonderful Claus couples from Bob's neck of the woods in North Texas. Them some hick folks up there.
Very true. These couples represent the heart of what the Claus community is all about: partnership, professionalism, and shared passion for bringing joy to families, events, and communities in our region. Whether they're greeting children at large scale events, performing together as a polished Claus duo, or supporting other performers behind the scenes, both couples have built reputations for warmth, authenticity, and excellence.
Tonight, we get to hear their stories, how they began, how they grew together in the red suit, and what it means to portray Christmas as a couple. We are excited to welcome back with a warm round of applause in the TNL Peep Hole Randy and Debbie Neely and Larry and Sherry Davis.
Hi, everyone.
All right, guys. Whew. Feel like we've had a marathon already. We're just getting started. So we are very honored to have you guys joining us once again on the Tuesday Night Live show. And to set this thing up for the audience, all of you have become very good friends because we all live here in North Texas together, and we all get out throughout the year. Carol and my whole family have been blessed with your friendship. Also, you all volunteer for School of Santas and the Clown, as well as MPC, and we must say you guys are an important part of both schools.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. We love doing it to help out.
That's good because, man, we are getting that word voluntold down pat good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're okay with that.
All right, thank you.
That's the key. Every time we say something, they jump. Only difference is Randy has to jump higher.
That's right.
That's an inside joke. Spankle's been giving him a hard time because he looks like he's short tonight.
Because we are not touching the camera.
Not getting anywhere near that camera.
Nope.
I bet Randy's feet aren't even touching the floor.
Don't give away all my secrets.
All right, Spangle, over to you. Let's get this thing going.
All right, so getting started here, how did each of you first step into the Claus world, and when did you decide to perform as a couple, and was there a moment early on when you realized we can do this together? Let's start with Randy.
Oh, that's a lot of questions.
Blah.
Well, I retired from UT Southwestern Medical Center in the optical department, and one of my patients was a Lone Star Santa. His name is Jim Hammond. And for 5 years, every time he came into shop, for some reason, he always said, "Randy, you need to be a Lone Star Santa." Well, I kept turning him down because I really didn't think I could do it, for one thing, and I didn't think Debbie would be interested in doing it. So for 5 years, he kept getting a no from me, but he kept persisting. And to me, I thank God for Jim and Crystal Hammond for getting us started because they have changed our lives. 3 years after I retired, one Sunday afternoon, sitting in my recliner, I swear I heard a voice, and it wasn't Spangle,
It was Debbie.
but it said, "Randy, call Jim now." It just so happened that we hired Jim and Crystal to come visit our grandchildren one Christmas Eve, and they sent us a little thank you card, which is still hanging on the refrigerator now, that had their phone number on it. So I called Jim up and I said, "Hey, Jim, what's this thing about Santa?" And he goes, "Oh my gosh, Randy, you know, what timing you have. The Lone Star Santas are having their annual convention in Plano, Texas, right up the road in 3 days. And y'all need to go. And we went, and I mean, like I said, it changed our whole entire lives. And we have met so many good people from this. And, you know, it's just, and it was a godsend. It really was. We're just so blessed that we met so many people. We have a new family now, and we have friends for life. And it's a brotherhood like you cannot describe. Everybody helps everybody. You're not in it alone.
A
So
brotherhood like no other, huh?
that's right.
Yeah.
So thank you, Jim and Crystal. You made a difference.
How about Larry?
Well, mine took a little bit longer than 3 years. We were camping with some people, and I had never even considered, even knew anything about being Santa. And she's a well-known lady in. Little did I know at that time, she's a well-known lady in Dallas that is Mrs. Claus, and she asked me over a campfire, "Have you ever thought about being Santa Claus?" Because I've been gray since I was 16, but which was a couple of years ago. But I never thought any more about it. I mean, she told me all about Lone Star Santas and how they have, y'all have get-togethers and just conventions and things like that. Well, rocked on probably 4 or 5 years, and I didn't think any more about it until before Christmas. Jerry and I were in Dallas or in Arlington shopping, and we decided to go into a restaurant there, and in comes a Santa who had just done an event that morning at what was it, a last Christmas for someone, and y'all know him, uh, Daryl Houston. And I got to talking to him, and of course I was mesmerized by his beard. I said, I couldn't do that. I couldn't grow a beard like that. I couldn't. There's nothing I could do. So I just kind of swept it under the rug. And then about a year later, I don't know what came to me, but I decided maybe I need to start thinking about this. Of course, I was still working full time, and I was thinking about having something to do when I retired. Well, if I ever get to retire, which I probably won't, but uh, I just got to thinking about it, and I didn't know anybody in the Santa world other than those people that I had just. Matter of fact, I then messaged Daryl, and he messaged me back and told me a few things, and I got to thinking, if I'm going to do this, I need to start getting some training or talking to some people to know what to do or how to do it. So I get on the computer and I start looking around, and I told Sherry, here it is, we've got it. Here's some school in Branson, Missouri that I don't know anything about it or who it is, but I always want to go to Branson, so
Yeah.
we signed up to go to Branson, and it was the year you had the school 2 weeks in a row. We were going to go to the second week, but we were looking so deep into it, trying to find things to teach us, that we found another school in Coppell, which is just up the road and around close to Dallas, the next weekend. So we came to your first weekend of school Santas, and I'm going to say I was like a kid in a toy factory, just trying to find out and learn and talk to people. And I'll never forget the first time I saw Bob was in the hallway of that hotel, and I introduced myself, and he said, "I know you. I know who you are." And I thought to myself, who would know who I am? A little hick from Waxahachie, Texas. But that was the beginning of it, and I did the first year myself. Sherry was still working full time and couldn't fit it in, but the second year, she went. Of course, she went to everything with me. Went to every school, every event, and he just decided or we decided we were going to do it together, and the rest is history. We just like Randy said, we have gained a family.
Now, Sherry, could you go like this for a minute and check your temperature? I'll
I
tell you what, your husband got the most words I ever heard him get in there.
know, right?
Now, how about the two of you ladies? Now, what about you coming into it?
Well, when we went, of course, Randy and I do pretty much everything together. So when we went to the Lone Star Santas, Rachel King was there just as a person. She didn't teach, but Tony Hickman did a class about Mrs. Claus because I thought, who is Mrs. Claus? What does she do or where or whatever? And Tony said, Santa's pretty much in his red and white and he's got his uniform suit, but Mrs. Claus can be whatever she wants to be. And I thought, accessories and I get to dress up, I'm in. And I follow him around. So she was my first mentor.
How about Sherry?
Well, I've always done kid things, been to Romania and spent a whole month, 4 summers in a row, Bible class, just all the kid things. Murray always worked a lot of hours. And so I saw an opportunity for him to get to see how cool it is to work with kids. I was like really excited about it. Um, and I was wondering how he's going to do it because he's really quiet. But it's funny when you put on that red suit, and it's just amazing to watch the kids' faces, and so it's just been great to be able to do it together.
I had a guy tell me one time. He was asking me about it, and I said, when I put the red suit on, it brings out a different side of me or different me. And he said, have you ever thought about it brings out the real you? And I never thought of it that way. But when you see the eyes of these children, you can't help but it melts your heart.
Right.
There, right there.
All right, Bob.
All right, to kind of go back, I know Larry said a lot, but I'm going to fill in a couple of places there for our audience. Daryl Houston is a local Santa here in North Texas, and he is the Santa at the Decorated Warehouse, which is our largest Christmas store in our region. And he is the Santa out there each year. He is also Santa at our local Galleria. So he's out there. Lots of folks know Daryl, but I know some folks in the other part of the country doesn't. So we'll put that in real quick. And you didn't mention the second school. That was Tim Conahan's school, correct?
Yes, it was.
It was Tim's school that you went to right after Branson. So, which I think we've all been to Tim's class at least once. So,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to be here in Dallas here in
Yes. August.
a half, I think. Something like
We're
that.
going in August.
August.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a gentleman that has brought his grandkids to see me at the mall every year. I've been there for 13 straight years. And I've been on him because he has a white beard. He's a preacher, a minister, and does a lot of wedding officiating and that sort of thing. And I've been on him for years to think about, because he asked so many questions and he loves Santa. You could just tell that he was interested. And so I finally got him pushed over that hump, and he's going to be going to Tim's school. So,
What week is Tim's school in August?
I think it's August 1st, isn't it,
Yes.
Debbie?
Yes.
August
First
1st?
and second. Uh-huh.
I think so. And I'm going to try to get over and say hi to Tim and say hi to Reverend Al. So while I'm over there. Okay, let's go on to our next question. What is the biggest advantage of performing as a Claus couple, and who handles what responsibilities? Now, I know the answer to that because the ladies know who handles the situation. But we're going to let you tell it in your own words.
Well, I have heard that Santas are called peacocks because, they are big and feathery. And so Randy is the center of attention. And I am just kind of there to love on the children. But one question that we always get, people want to know if we are really married. And they think that is the most wonderful thing. Of course, it helps so much that we are, because we have that natural chemistry together. So I would not perform by myself. I only go with my Santa.
Well, there was
So let me ask you this, Debbie. When they ask you if you two are really married and you tell them yes, do they tell him congratulations and tell you that they will pray for you?
Not
Most of
usually.
them do. Yeah, but I tell you what, having a Mrs. Claus by your side. I mean, Debbie is my navigator for one thing. Without
uh-huh.
her, I would never find half of the places I need to be
Yeah,
at.
have your little helper in the car.
Yep. And she's my hairstylist. She makes sure everything looks good. She just makes Santa look good. So I'm so happy that she's by my side, and I do miss her when I have to go by myself. It's just not the same.
We asked the question recently and got a lot of response from the chat, but the question was, uh, do you feel like that you enjoy performing as a couple better than standalone, each in your own
Yes.
way? And
Yes.
every
Yep.
one of the Santas 100% said, "I just
That's
don't want to perform without my Mendes clause. After I've done it for the first time, it's just what it has to be." Sherry, got anything to add to that?
I just think it's cool because when maybe you're having a off day or something, and so with us both being there, it just and we both kind of been together long enough that we work as a good team. I think I take cookies in a lot and decorate cookies with the kids, and
Oh my God, does she?
it, it's easier to have a few kids at a time, and he's doing something else with them, and so you can just bring in a bigger, more wonderful experience to me when there's the both of you.
Yes.
Yeah, and it helps too because if you're performing with just a performing Mrs. Claus, not actually married as a couple, it takes some adjustment. It takes some getting to know each other and to build that backstory together. Where with natural couples who are married, I see how easy it is to use real life things that happen in your life as part of your backstory. That way, it's easy, it flows, and it's something you don't forget. So
Yes.
Yeah, but be careful what you use from real life. You might get Mrs. Claus a little upset with you. All right. So, have you had any challenges while performing as a couple? And if so, how were you able to handle that? Let's throw that out there to both of you.
Me.
yeah.
Um, we just haven't come up with anything that we've had any problems with, because our personalities are really kind of opposites, because I tend to be more withdrawn and he's more the extrovert. So it just works together. We don't have to compete with each other. So I think we're good.
I,
Does he ever complain that when he goes to the events, the children are as big as he is?
Well, when you put on that red suit, you look a lot bigger.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
he's okay.
All right. Good.
Right.
Good.
just
Bob, are you okay there?
made me spit my tea right up through my nose. Don't do that while I'm drinking, man. That's dangerous.
what would we do without Spangle? I don't think we have any trouble. Sometimes he wants to be earlier than I do. I'll admit. I,
most of the time.
I'm not a person that wants to go anywhere early. Like he was in here early tonight to be on TNL and dragging my feet in here. And I don't want to be late ever, but I don't want to get there and sit in the car 10 minutes either. So that would be
Only 10 minutes.
that would be the absolutely only thing I can think of. Can you think of anything?
Yeah, I logged in at 1:45, and Larry was already sitting there.
Yeah, probably.
I've been there all morning.
It's kind of the family joke,
He
Hey,
probably started last night.
Yeah.
a glass of milk and a plate of cookies, you ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Mm-mm.
That's one thing I never.
Oh, screaming my ice pad.
I think it really helps too to kind of discuss ahead of time before you're going in. Like sometimes it can just be a natural flow, but sometimes it's nice. You're going to be in charge of this and what have you. But I think it's also just good to be there to support him. And we had a kid pulling on his beard one night, and the mom wasn't doing anything, and so I went and rescued him from that situation. So I just think sometimes working together as a team is really good. We haven't really had any trouble.
I mean, I know Randy and Larry will agree, but Mrs. Claus, you guys are a blessing to us when we're performing and we have our spouse with us. It's just something special about it.
It is.
It is.
Really, really,
Yes.
really is. It's doing, and you go back to all the years that you've been together, and you think, look where you're at now. I mean, look, sharing things together that you probably didn't ever think you'd do. I mean, I know that's the way it is with us. So
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's brought us closer together as a
yeah,
couple.
absolutely.
So,
Mhm.
And all the friends, as you guys mentioned in the beginning, all the friends that we've made within the Santa community, we're so blessed to have this community to be part of.
Yes.
That's right.
Okie dokie. Let's see here. North Texas has one of the strongest Claus communities in the country. What makes this region special, and how have you seen the community grow or change since you guys have been involved with it?
you were going to answer.
I forgot he told me I'm entering this one. Well, North Texas is such a blend of so many towns with so many people. I think we just have the opportunity to do every kind of event imaginable.
Mm-hmm.
So it just gives you a chance to do all kinds of different things to learn what you enjoy and what you don't so much enjoy. Um, so I think that's been fun. It never gets boring because it's always different. But
It
one
is.
thing I've noticed is that when we first started out, I just went with him, whether I was requested or not.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're requesting Mrs. Claus be there. Once they've seen Mrs. Claus and they know now more the value that she has. So that's been fun too.
It's becoming the standard of the industry. It really is.
Yes, yes.
I think one of our worst fears going into it, would anybody like us? Or,
I know.
or could we get jobs? I think that's been refreshing. Now we have too many jobs. Like I think he did 89 last year.
Yeah.
And so I think our big community is great because when you especially go to school and you meet all your family clauses, you have opportunities. Randy's been so good about when he's just booked up, he could give them Larry's number, and
Mm-hmm.
when Larry's booked up, he Larry's got two or three other Santas in our area. It just makes the new Santas coming in feel loved on and not, it's hard because I still hear when we go to school a lot, we just can't get jobs. We don't know where to get jobs, and we've just been blessed. I just think that as Santas and Mrs. Clauses, we can really help the other Santas and Mrs. Claus. There's enough work out there for everybody. I don't think
Yeah,
it's I don't
definitely.
think it's a competition. It's a let's see if we can find these people a Santa. Because we've had to turn as many away as we've taken, and it makes us feel bad.
Yeah.
So I think we have a great area.
Yeah, our community is so diverse and so big, as Debbie said, and there's just jobs that go unfilled every year. Good jobs, good jobs that in smaller communities would love to have that's not getting filled because there's so many and uh, there's such good gigs. I mean, that's a good problem to have for us. It really is.
Yeah.
And the networking, as you said.
This is only our fourth year coming up, and it is unbelievable how many doors have been opened for us. So it's just been wonderful. We
Yeah.
can't even think of ever not doing this.
I kind of read this next question kind of wrong at first, Bob. But, but because it says here, what's the one moment with a child or family that has stayed with you or stands out? And I thought this question was being directed to Randy. And what's that one moment when this child stands up?
Oh
I
boy.
don't know how we got started down that rabbit hole. But I'm sorry.
My chair is just sits low.
I ain't gonna pick the rabbit hole, the peephole, and went down the rabbit hole.
There you go.
I tell you, I am taller than 4'5".
Well, and to be fair about this, it was Randy and Debbie that first said, "Wow, they look so small compared to everybody else
That's
because
what
of
I
the
was doing.
screen."
But we're afraid to touch the camera,
Yeah,
so
we're not
we just,
touching anything.
yeah.
And Debbie said immediately, "Don't you touch it, camera."
We both knew not to.
Yeah, she said that to Randy, and Randy took a lesson from the other side, saying, "Yes, dear."
Yes, dear.
Well, I guess I'll start this one. But the moment with a child or family that stays with us and stands out, I actually have two little stories I need to share. Um, we were asked back in October to go visit a little 9-year-old boy who's dying of cancer. They had already had his Halloween, his Thanksgiving, and then they wanted a Santa for his Christmas. I didn't know if I could take it. I didn't know how I would react. But this little young man had more energy, even though he had a procedure done that morning. He was just like any normal 9-year-old child, just didn't have any hair. And we had so much fun with him and his family. And I'm hoping that they still have that memory of us coming. Um, Last I checked in December, he was in the hospital and they didn't expect him to go home. So that really hurts. Second, um, one of the families that we visited in Corsicana for the last 3 years, um, she called me. The mom called me and said, "I don't think I can afford you this year." And I said, "Why? What's wrong?" And she goes, "Well, you see, back in March, their daddy passed away of kidney, what was it? Kidney failure, but
Mhm.
um,
Yeah, he had diabetes.
diabetes, and he was only 27. So Debbie and I told her, I said, "You know what? Your bill is paid from now on, and we're going to make sure that we come visit those children every year." And Debbie and I, and some of you Santas out there may remember this, but we actually got on Facebook and started a fundraiser for this family because she said she didn't have enough money hardly to pay her electricity, much less buy Christmas presents. Well, we raised almost $1,500 for this family. And when I got, when we got there, the mom just said, "Look at the tree. All those presents underneath there was because of you. You made a difference in my family's Christmas." And, you know, you'll never forget these kind of things. So this year, once again, we'll go see them and give them all big hugs and just go from there.
Randy, God brought them into your life because He knew that you knew what to do.
Yeah.
You know, I guess I can't say that I've had like one particular instance with a child, uh, but I have, and it's multiple smiles and you know, shining eyes that melt my heart and keep me going. Uh, that's what I guess I have. My eyes are magnets for children because I can I can watch children when there's plenty of adults around, but I have a tendency to watch the children more than that, and so I don't. I'm not really had uh, anything heart wrenching yet. I will say at one time I did a photography shoot at a popcorn store, and there was three little girls came in stair step, and they were all dressed alike, and they were all barefooted. And I think that was probably my first year. Uh, and I got to talking to them and asked them, what do you want for Christmas? Well, the only thing they wanted for Christmas was their daddy to come home from the military, and so that one was kind of hard. I know that there's a lot of that. I've seen more of that since then, but that was my first encounter with that type of situation, and so that one does stick with me.
No.
Well, you don't realize how big of a heart you have until you're a Santa or Mrs. Claus.
Yeah. I'm going to pop this up. It's going to kind of cover you guys up for just a minute. But Pat Wesson here in North Texas says last year he worked Presbyterian Hospital, doctors, nurses, instant photos, and some patients. I did the same thing with Scottish Rites, Pat, and it's so rewarding to go to the hospital and to bring smiles to the children, and not only the children, but even the staff and the parents of those children and the doctors, as I said. Fantastic. Let's see here. Things are coming in as fast. I got to go up there and find it and take it off the screen. There you go. All right. Do you guys have a favorite type of event that you like doing as a couple? I mean, I know they're all special, but is there anything that you actually like the most?
Well, you start off first.
Well, the one that came to my mind first um, was HOAs, where you have neighborhood parties. There's so many children, and the energy level is just out the top with face painters and reindeer, and the children just are running everywhere, loving on Santa. But then Randy also reminded me of another one that we've had several foster children events, and
Yeah.
those are just so fun.
Yeah. And I love corporate events myself. You just never know what to expect from some of them. Some of them, but I mean, we go travel all over the place, and a lot of them are strictly corporate events, and we all just have as much fun as the people that showed up does. We just love it.
Nice.
I think I love our home visits the most because sometimes I feel a little overwhelmed with tons of children. And so when we go to people's homes, it's just, it's usually grandpa and grandma and then their children's and then their children's kids. And so it's a smaller group. And I love watching the children that are shy and standoffish. And I'm talking with them and talking to them about Santa, and they won't have anything to do with him when we first get there. And but by the time we actually leave, like over there in his lap. And so I just like the returning families that we've been seeing. It's fun to see the kids growing and just the sparkle in those little kids' eyes. They're so excited. And you can just take a lot more time when you have a smaller group of kids. I don't think I would be good with a hurry up. We do schools too, and we enjoy them to some degree, but we've gotten to where we enjoy them less because I can remember last year this little boy, they wanted him to get in Santa's lap, snap a picture, and run him through. Snap a picture and run him through, and this little boy turned around and he was like, but I didn't get to tell Santa what I wanted for Christmas. And so I went over there and I talked to the little boy before he left. But, they run the kids through there so fast. And it just breaks my heart that they don't really get the because a lot of the kids at some of the schools we can visit, I know they're not going to see Santa anywhere else. So, but yeah, that's probably my favorite.
That was quite the magic trick you just did there, Larry.
Oh,
No,
Did you see what happened?
yeah. It's like, oh, we lost Larry.
well, oh, because I don't know what I did. My dog's wanting to be in the picture.
All right. So, how do you keep your look, your performance, and your energy fresh year after year?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, Debbie and I do by attending Santa schools, of course. North Pole Cornerstones, for instance, and Branson School of Santas. It's- and just doing that, we believe that just getting refreshed for one thing, seeing old friends now, seeing family, and then being refreshed and excited. We were so excited when it's over, when we're driving back home and talking about, hey, this is how we can change this year. Hey, let's add this for this next season, and see how it goes. And we just love doing different things, and that is one of the keys, I think, of keeping everything going in the right direction.
Well, and we try to add, something new to our wardrobe every year. But I just feel like no matter how many events we've done and how tired we are, when we put those suits on, it's like being plugged into an electric outlet. The energy just comes because it's a God thing, and you just have that energy to be on and perform in front of the kids, if you want to call it performing. To me, it's just a very natural thing, but it's easy.
Highly recommended.
Well, I agree with Randy and Debbie. Also, the schools, TNL, eating meat, uh, just just having the Santa family, just talking to somebody on the phone about it, or it's just
I
it's
promise I won't keep you all night, Larry.
well. I told Bob the other day I talked to him, and we talked for quite a while. I won't say how long, but some people you don't get to talk to that often, so you got to get it all in when you do.
We had lots to catch up on, didn't we?
We did, and still got more to catch up on. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just I just think the Santa family is what helps keep me refreshed, and you go to schools and you're going to come home with something new because stuff for Santas is going to be there.
Yeah.
You're going to come home with something new, both in education and in Spangle's booth.
That's
That's
right.
right. Absolutely.
And broke from Spangle's shop.
Always.
And I like last year, people that don't think they're going to get anything out of school, we still hear Santa say that sometimes. We don't need that school. We've got plenty. But like last year when Bob did that whole uh, everybody show a prop and how the props work and how you can implement that. Because when you go to the same kid's house for 15 years, you're going to need new stuff all the time.
Hmm.
We found out last year we had these two little books that we were using that we have kind of used to death, and they've all went over really well. But you have to refresh yourself by learning a new book because there's nothing worse than taking a book in to read to the kids that you've not read before, and you can't be animated with the book, and you can't, you know, take any props with the book. And so I think you have to be constantly working on your craft to feel like you can give the kids the best magical experience as possible. That's
Now,
Hmm.
Sherry mentions crafts. In the second half of the show, we're going to explain more about why we say Sherry don't like cheaters. That all has to do with crafting.
yeah, yeah,
All right, Bob.
It was all in fun, but Spangle was the instigator, so
yeah.
we can blame it on him.
Spangle was an instigator. That has never happened.
Well, what? He hasn't read the script, so wait till we get the second half and we'll see what he has to say.
Yeah.
What advice would you guys give couples thinking about becoming a Santa couple and working together?
Go to school for sure.
Yep. Absolutely. Just do it.
I was kind of like, we're not spending all that money right off the bat. You don't even know if you're going to like this, and we need to have suits. But I'm so thankful that we went to school, and that I know you're going to laugh, but I'm a little bit shy, really. When we walked into the School of Santas and all those people get
I
blocked,
know.
all the people were there. I was very intimidated. I was like, I do not know one person in this room, and but it's not. You don't have to worry about it. Most people. I mean, I try really hard when I go to school now to remember how I felt at the beginning, and so at Bob's last school, there was a lady there all by herself, and I turned around and started talking to her, and she said, "Thank you for talking to me." And I said, "I just know how it feels to walk into."
Yeah.
And so you quickly get over any shyness with the whole situation, and you learn almost so much that it's overwhelming. You get home and you have to process all of it, and so I highly recommend school.
You know, that lady that you're talking about, she was talking to me in the vendor room.
Hmm.
She told me, she goes, "This is my first year here. Boy, there's some weird people, aren't there?" I don't know if that was directed towards you or not, but I mean,
Not anyway.
Sherry talking about being shy. It takes me back to the second year that we had the school, and we asked you guys to be part of the first day ceremony, first person in character, and you guys were waiting at the back of the classroom to go on stage to do your performance that we had asked you to do. It. Sherry was sweating BBs. Oh my God, this girl, she was
I
like,
love them cookies.
no, she was so worried about getting up there and performing. And I kept telling her, it's going to be okay. You're going to be all right. I was doing everything I could. Larry just over and goes, he
And
wasn't about to say, he
that's
wasn't about to say nothing.
Isn't,
Because
isn't
if
that
we
when
had him went south, she'd have been mad at him.
is
'Cause
that is that when they did that song? I love them cookies,
that's
or I love
exactly when they did it. Oh my God, they stole the show. They was the
They
best thing
did.
all weekend.
I
So
loved it.
It
yeah,
was awesome.
it was
I'm
absolutely.
just telling you, there's nothing worse than getting up in front of your peers that have been Santa for how many years. We're looking at two famous Santas right here, Bob and Spangle, and getting up and having to do something in front of these people where I thought I was going to be sick and throw up. But
It turned purple.
I just focused on the kid thing. I should have asked part of the audience to be my kids, and then I probably would have even been better. But
I think she looked out in the audience and seen everybody in boxers.
yeah,
You guys stole the show on that one. That was the best thing all weekend, and we
It
still talk about
was.
it. So,
It
All right,
was.
let's go a little bit more on what you just talked about. How important has online training such as TNL Network of shows as well as in-person schools and conventions helped each of you become a better at your own craft?
100%.
But I would like to be able to watch every show on TNL because I know I'd get something out of it.
Hmm.
I can't do that because I'm working, but it's just I just don't think I could have done any of this uh, without the help and
Well, let me ask you this, and I tell a lot of people this. Do you work at home or do you go to a place to go to work?
I go to a place to work.
And how far is that?
Well, it used to be about 30 miles. Now it's about 4 miles.
Oh, 4 miles. Because
Yeah.
I tell a lot of people, I mean, if you got a little bit of a drive, just pull up YouTube, because you don't have to watch the show.
Mhm.
Just listen to it in your commute.
Well, we
Yeah.
have done that. Matter of fact, uh, year before last at School of Santas, we had gone up to Springfield, and we were coming back, and the show was going on that night, and so we listened to it on the road.
Well,
That's really cool that y'all YouTube that.
It
That's
is.
that's a good thing for everybody to know.
Yeah.
I need to be better about getting on there, and that's a good idea, Spangle.
you got a 6, 7 hour drive coming to the School of Santas in
Yep.
Branson, boy. You can sure catch up on a few shows then.
And I don't know how many folks watched the Sunday show this week with a couple of stalls, but they had a gentleman on there that was a vintage Christmas decorating collector. And you're talking about taking you back to your childhood with blow modes and the bubble lights and all the different things that we grew up with. And a lot of the stuff's been reproduced now. And he had all the connections to all that. So if you didn't watch the Sunday show, go back and catch that one. That was one of their better shows. Again, they've been knocking it out the ballpark with Doug, Jen, Chris, and Kim.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
Bob.
Randy, was you anything you Deb wanted to add to that, or?
Well, I just think, if I can go back to the previous question about a couple thinking about becoming a Santa and Mrs. Claus together. First of all, what I would say is invest in yourselves. Invest the time, for one thing, like you're talking about the shows and things like that. So many times I've talked to Santas that, well, my wife doesn't want to be a Mrs. Claus because she's nervous about being in front of people or whatever.
Hear that a lot in the beginning.
But I guarantee you that just try it. Like I said, invest in your outfits. We were fortunate enough to be able to get with Bill Dindy from Santa Taylor's and buy one of his outfits for for Santa and Mrs. Claus. We have gotten tons and tons of compliments from that suit.
Sure.
So invest in yourself. Buy quality merchandise. But also, when the wives are still leery, for one thing, when you try it, and that first child comes up to you and hugs you and tells you that they love you, I promise you'll be hooked.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it's just been a blessing to us so much. And, I guess anything else?
Well, no, I just think with the online training in the schools, I love Christmas. I always have. But, the history of Santa and the reindeers and all those things, you just gain so much confidence in your knowledge, excuse me, from the schools.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
But anyway, it's just for those people that are just contemplating on it, talk to another Santa. Go join a group or find out a group close to your home. Most of them have meet and greets during the season to where you can go and talk to each other. That's how Larry and I first met. He was sitting at a table by himself, and I thought, well, I'll go sit next to him, and we wound up with a friendship that will last forever.
Yep.
And I will say this: any of the Mrs. Clauses or future Mrs. Clauses, if you have questions or anything like that, call Sherry, call Debbie. Believe me, they were right there where you were or where you are now. And look where they're at now. I mean, oh my gosh, they have changed their world. But pick up the phone, call Bob, call Spangle, anything like that. Anybody that's in the Santa community, and I think you'll find out that it'll be one of the best decisions you've ever made.
I thought she took off in a taxi cab.
No,
Well,
it's just allergies.
those cigarettes. No.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Everybody stick around. We ready to go to halftime, right?
Yep.
All right, let's go, and we'll be back on the other side of this Santa commercial that we love to
Hope
do.
there ain't no costume malfunctions.
I'm not touching it.
Especially not touching the camera.
No.
Oh, hello there. Yes, of course, it's me, Santa Claus. Now, you may not believe this, but one of the questions I get asked the most is, well, not how do I do it all in one night? No, but where do I get all my things from? Yes, now, what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the finest things I have. My glorious gloves, all my knickknacks and trinkets and things. Yes, all the giveaways. Yes, for me to give to the children before the main event. Yes, if I see them in the streets, if they come and see me, I like to have something in my pocket I can treat them with. Yes, and there's one special place where I can find all these magical goods. And that is, of course, stuffforsanta.com. You should head there now and see what magical gifts you can find. Mrs. Claus, have you got my ice pad? Yes, log me on, I'm going to have a look. I shall see you there. Stuffforsanta.com. Merry Christmas.
Hey, I'm just gonna throw this out there. I did a little thing with Christy with Cherry Hill, and if you sign up and work for Cherry Hill this year, there's a special something for Stuff for Santa that they're gonna help you with.
Cool.
Just throwing that out there.
Well, all righty then. Welcome back to our featured guests, Sherry, Larry, Debbie, and Randy. Just sitting around having a casual peephole conversation. And speaking of peepholes, we want to explain the Peep Hole Mafia. We kind of talked about it earlier, but they chunked that old camera. Well, you were going to chunk the old camera, but I heard you say earlier that you hooked it up to Randy's computer and it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, now my computer don't work.
Oh, my goodness. You and Angela are both need to invest in new ones.
It works. He's being silly.
And she's just her drives are just gone on hers. We got the.
Well, anyways, we're going to explain why we say Sherry doesn't care for cheaters. This all stems back from North Pole Cornerstones, the second year. The assignment was for each team to choose from a large assortment of crafting items on a round table, not a square table, it has to be a round table, or that would be cheating, where they were displayed for a crafting prop. One team, in addition to the items, also took the table centerpiece, a Christmas tree that every table had as decorations all week. I was the judge, and I heard the rules say choose anything from these items. And so technically the tree was on the table. That gave them a slight advantage to that one team, and ultimately they won. Sherry's team protested, and Spangle had to interpret the rule and make a ruling. And bam, bam, bam.
And he tried to tell me if I'd have brought him cookies, it would have been a different turnout.
Well, Santa, cookies, milk, I mean, come on. Remember that next time.
I'm going to remember.
And if the cookies don't work, large denominations work.
Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't do props, crafting props this last go round at Cornerstones. We did it that one year. It was a ton of fun. We had done it before years ago in one of our Set Bob's classes and enjoyed it. It's something that we'll still do periodically, but we definitely got to make sure we got the rules down right next time.
Yeah. Now remember, I do collect money. Okay.
Yes, we know.
Yeah, right now, I'm trying. If anybody has one, maybe they can help me. I'm trying. I need one $100 bill from Hawaii. If anybody's got one, they can send it to me. That would be cool. That help my collection.
Wow.
They don't make them in Hawaii.
But they have currency. I need a
Yes.
$100 bill of Hawaiian money to be sent to me.
Terrible.
Sherry's over there trying to figure out what Hawaiian money looks like.
Yeah, I am. I've never been.
It's U.S. currency.
I
Simple
see.
enough. Simple enough.
Yep.
All right. Let's just go ahead and skip over and go to your next comment there, Spangle.
Well, my next comment is let's go to the viewers
Yes, it does.
and see what they got going on here.
Jessica Lamb says cookie bribery always works.
Yep. A call.
AJ wants everyone to know that there will be a cobbler cam again in Branson. Yes, there will, AJ. Get ready. Get your rehearsal in.
Oh, he wants cobbler.
Paula Miller says hello, watching special friends from Texas.
Oh, hey, Paula.
Let's see here.
AJ again says hi, Bob, Angie, Spangle, Randy, Debbie, Larry, Sherry.
Hey, AJ.
Hey.
I think he's buttering up to somebody.
Yeah.
Could be.
You want to get the next one, Bob?
Yeah, that one from Santa Cruz, and I'll throw it up here on the screen. Talking about something that Randy said, so true. There's nothing like the Claus community. And, it's just the fellowship, the brotherhood, the camaraderie, the sharing of ideas. Everything about our community is just top notch. Just
Well, Santa Cruz said Mrs. Kimmer Claus would never allow me to watch a Peep show.
Good point, Chris. Good point. He also said thanks for mentioning their show Sunday night, but it really was a good show, Chris.
Hey, you gonna read this next one? Are you in the same? Are you in the same category I am?
Probably not. I'm lost.
Georgetta said, "Good evening from Italy."
Hi, Georgina.
Hey, Georgetta.
Miss
We miss
you.
you. Oh,
I'm digging down through here and trying to find anything that's got a star on it. Stick
That's
with me.
pretty much it.
I think it is, isn't it?
Bob, you know how to read the starred ones, right?
I'm trying.
If you go over to that little hourglass thing, or not hourglass, that little
Tip.
yeah, that thing on the right hand side next
Star.
to the search bar,
Yeah.
you click on that, and
Right.
you can see star as you go down.
Yep. And Jetta was the last one. So
Yes. Do you see that where it says star when you click on it?
Mhm.
Man, this is his show, and he still ain't got it figured out.
I was trying to get back to show all just in case anything new popped up. Okay, well, fantastic. Hey, at this point, let's say thank you to some of our contributors. You ready?
We're ready.
Ho, 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 ho!
Shop Thermo Apparel. They're wonderful. They're fantastic. And for the coolest of cool Santas or Easter bunnies, remember Thermo Apparel.
Don't just be cool as an attitude.
keep cool, literally.
Thermal barrel, be cool. Ho, 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 ho.
On the screen, Santa Doug says, question for the couples. If Santa and Mrs. Claus lost all their magic for 1 year and had to live as ordinary people, what would they miss most and what would they discover about themselves? Good question.
Wow. I would miss the brotherhood
Goodness,
and the children.
the kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'd have to find joy somewhere else.
Yes.
That
Yes.
would be-
It's in the dishwashing aisle at Walmart.
I don't think so.
Well, Joy dish soap.
I know, but that's not going to make me happy.
Well, all right. Who was one of the earliest and most influential manufacturers to commercially produce the modern Santa Claus suit in the 1920s? Bob, you got an answer?
I do. That would be B. Halco, H.A. Lozier Company. Winner? Bill Coach gets that one. Hello, Bill. Good to have you with us again, as usual, brother. And
Now, we do know who owns Halco suits now, don't we?
who do?
Oriental Trading.
Oriental Trading.
Yes. Do you guys know who owns Oriental Trading?
No.
Berkshire Hathaway. What's his name?
Oh,
Yeah, him.
Warren
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett.
Oh.
Yeah, he owns Oriental Trading.
Mm.
All right. What material was early commercially produced Santa suits most commonly made of? Bob, you have an answer?
Yeah, that one would be D. Wool flannel and cotton trim. Winner there?
Should I say his name or should I call him the green bean hater?
The green bean hater.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that can only be the one and the only John Schnickelberger.
Yeah.
I was surely hoping they weren't going to say polyester.
Yeah, polyester.
Polyester.
Yep. All right, congratulations to both Bill and John. And by the way, John, thank you for the scholarship application. It did come in, and we'll get that put into the files with all the others, and we'll let everyone know when it comes time. The last show of this year is when we do our drawing for the spinning of the wheel, and we will announce the scholarship application somewhere towards the end of the season also. So very good. All right, we do want to say thank you to Cherry Hill. Christy had to have an emergency procedure done a couple of weeks ago, and she's on the mend, and that's why we haven't been having the trivia replay or any of the cross promotional stuff with Cherry Hill the last couple of shows. But we'll get back to that pretty soon, and just want to say thank you to them, and we're going to run another video just for that.
And I did talk to her today. She's doing quite well.
Yeah, we had a meeting the other night, and she was still somewhat weak and still sore, but she's doing better. Doing better. All right, Angela.
Angie's Originals, custom Christmas attire since 2015. Your all-in-one wardrobe shop. Shop at angiesoriginals.com.
Oh, hi. I'm Santa's official photographer, a name given to me by the Christmas community, but you can call me Jessica. For 35 years, I've been a portrait photographer, specializing in children and family. But here lately, I've been focusing on creating artistic images of Santa, Mrs. Claus, and their Christmas elves. What starts off as a simple photograph is transformed into a digital masterpiece. This isn't just photography. It's an exchange where the performer steps fully into their role, immersed in a real-life theatrical set where together we bring that story to life. If you're ready to elevate your presence with images that truly stand out, visit holidayphotomagic.com.
Hey, I recognize that couple in the sleigh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good picture, guys. Good picture.
Thank you.
All right, Spangle, what is your closing and final thoughts?
Okay, well, I just want to explain to some of the people. I don't know if they know, but we have the technology behind the scenes when we're doing this show that we can send messages back and forth to each other while the show's going on. And I want you to know I got a message from Randy Neely. He wanted me to express to you guys that he's not really that short. He, he, he did follow up and say it's not his fault that everybody's so tall. I don't know. Maybe he didn't say that.
Oh, you know,
Randy,
they
what
don't
you
pay me
doing?
enough for this.
What you gonna do with it?
Hey, in all seriousness, let's thanks Sherry, Larry, Debbie, and Randy for coming on the show and sharing your expertise. And you guys just make things fun.
Oh, we had so much fun. Thank y'all for inviting us.
Oh, I don't.
Really, thank you guys for being the brunt of the jokes for tonight's show. The Peep Hole Mafia, that was just something that popped up, and then of course the deal with Sherry being the No Cheaters Club, and
I really don't care if people cheat. It's their own conscience.
exactly, there you go. So it was all in fun. I hope everybody knows that we're all great friends, and there's some people you can cut up and have fun with, and some people you can't. These guys right here, they're game for whatever.
That's right.
I want to say thank you to all of our contributors. Tune in, kick up your heels, join in the fun for 2026, all powered by the TNL Network Productions.
Yeah, don't forget to watch all of our TNL Network production shows. 2026, the list of the shows will be running at the end. Larry, take notes.
Okay.
Wow.
And next week, I say me and Carol will be on the road Monday and Tuesday going to the Wondrous Women of Christmas event, and TNL on the road will be covering that wall to wall. So all week long, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we may do some pop-ins. We will do some pop-ins. And next Tuesday night show, I will be doing it from Cincinnati. Well, right outside of Cincinnati.
From an undisclosed location.
Undisclosed location. That's the best way to put it. And so join us next week for sure. Tell everyone, good night, Spangle.
Good night, Spangle.
Remember to join us for our next Tuesday Night Live each week, 7 p.m. Central, same Claus time, same Claus channel from a remote, undisclosed location next week. And count your blessings, not your sorrows. Everyone have a great week. On behalf of the whole production crew, Larry, Sherry, Randy, Debbie, Angela, and Spangle, I'm Bob McMaster saying good night. Happy closing, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Guys.
Merry Christmas.
Love you all.
Love you, Angela.
Give me a heart.
Thank you, Angela.
Thank y'all.